Hello, welcome to week 65, I believe. Um, I am coming down with a little bit of a cold or a cough or something like that. So, um, I'll probably make this short because it is Friday and I can't wait to put on my pajamas and relax. So a little bit about this week. The stats. I'll do that first. I'm down 0.8 pounds from last week, which means my weight loss since surgery is 87.4 pounds, and my weight loss since my highest weight is 110.4 pounds. I'm really bad about saying my weight, and I don't know if that's annoying to people. But just to be clear, my highest weight was 320. My surgery weight was 297, and my current weight is 209.6. So, if you watched the podcast with Michael Malice last week, I talked about. I think I gave the exact numbers. I think at the time it was like a little over 210. So yeah, like my lowest since I got out of the hospital for my gallbladder surgery. I eventually had to start eating food, unfortunately. And I have not gotten to that lowest point, but it was only like, I think it was like 208 something. So I'm not that far from my no food weight. Hopefully we'll get there next week. And if you watch the podcast, one of the things that Michael had made me promise, it was funny because he said he had two things he wanted me to promise to do. And then I think I only had to promise one thing. I think he didn't get into the rest of it. But it was to buy something once I get under the 200s, which is not a problem for me. I love buying things. I just don't know what it's going to be. Because I think that my first inclination would be, oh, I should buy I did have, when I lost over 100 pounds, I wanted to buy something. I've already done that, and I don't have the urge. Maybe it was because the things that I said that I wanted to buy, it's not really, I'm too focused on some other goals, as far as paying down debt and stuff. So I don't necessarily want to buy those. One of them is a new MacBook, which I really, really want. Another was, I was thinking the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, but I'm kind of not. I think I was on a YouTube video kick where I was watching a lot of those reviews or something, because now I kind of don't care. I wouldn't get the monogram one, just because I don't like it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not into it now. But what Michael had said is to buy something you can look at and, it'll remind you that you've done this thing. And, even if, I gain weight back, I've done it once, so I can do it again. And so I think an everyday item like a computer, or a purse, which I wouldn't necessarily use. It's not something I can put on a mantle or bookshelf and look at it. So I'm trying to think of something more like that. There's a great vintage furniture store that also has lots of knickknacks and things called Peg Leg Vintage. So I might go there and see if there's anything that strikes my fancy once I get to that point. So I don't need to, I'm getting ahead of myself. No need to spend money yet. Last weekend was kind of a bad weekend for me emotionally. I got into a really bad headspace, I think, because of the podcast, and I was focusing too much on the negative. And I've sort of decided, even though I enjoyed it in the moment, despite Michael's shenanigans, as my mom says, I think it might have been too soon for me to do it, both in weight loss and headspace. So I don't know. I'd love to hear, if you watched the interview, I'd love to hear your comments. Not about Michael or whether or not it was mean, but if you thought it was too soon, if I haven't made enough progress. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but people can be mean on the internet. And just some of the comments were just like, if she had surgery, why she's still so fat. And because it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it's like really like those things that you say to yourself, and then you're like, wait, no, don't say that, don't say that. That's not true. People don't think that. And then someone says it, and it pisses you off, or makes you sad, in my case. So I was having some negative feelings, and, I just need to, like, not let it bother me, and focus on all the good things. You can tell I'm getting sick. My nose is, like, so red. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long, because I've already given you all the good stuff. But if you have a way that you like to reward yourself or celebrate a victory, let me know in the comments. I'd love ideas on what I should buy. I also thought of like some sort of piece of jewelry, like real jewelry, not like costume jewelry like this. But I don't know if it would just get lost in, like the larger collection of things that I have. I really like the idea of something I can look at, like a piece of art or, something like that. It doesn't even have to be expensive, as Michael said. But I don't know. Give me an idea. I'm not that far away, but, it gets so much slower at this point. In addition to being a revision surgery, I would like to get under 200, get into Wonderland by the end of February. So that gives me like 35 days or so. We can do it. All right, that's it for week 65. I will see y'all next time.